Now this one is a very interesting question of multiple variables and also some calculation is involved. Little bit, just tiny little bit calculation is involved. So as usual, take a moment where you can see the entire screen, pause the video, solve it on your own or try to solve it on your own and make sure that you have read the entire question completely. Then you come back, unpause the video and go through the solution. All right, so now let's read the question first. As usual, the rules are simple. First, you simply read the entire set in one go, fast, okay? And then you, while second time reading, you start solving using pen and paper. In a multiplex named Rainbow Vistas, there are 3 screens, namely S1, S2, S3. On a day, the owner of the multiplex decided to have shows on 5 different movies. So 3 screens. Make sure that you have made your short notes. 5 movies. Okay. Length in minutes. Length in minutes. And price in rupees. This is what we have as variables. So lengths are 90, 120, 125, 150 and 180, not necessarily in the same order. Only one movie can be shown. One on each screen. Show can be held between 12 noon to 9 p.m. The ticket prices of the given movies are 120, 125, 160, 100, 180, not necessarily in the same order. We don't know which movie, what is the length, what is the price of the ticket. Multiple shows of given movies can be run as per availability of the screens. It is also known that, okay, so these are some conditions given for no movie, the absolute value of the length and the price. Okay, so this is a question based on, so once you have read it, you would know that this is a question of grid table, right? So we create a table, we put the variables there, we take one value as the, one variable as the header variable, and on the basis of that, we keep filling. So in this case, it doesn't matter, you take any one, there is no comparison. Remember, whenever numerical value is involved, and if there is a comparison that this is more than that, this is less than that, then the numerical value becomes header, as simple as that. Make it as a rule, you can follow that always, okay? Here there is no comparison, it's just the value given or not given kind of. So you can take any variables. I'll take the name of the movies as the variables. There is no comparison of numbers, so no point, right? So I'll just repeat the rule. Whenever you have numbers involved and the statements, the conditions have something like comparison of something is more, something is less, you take that numerical value as the variable and on the basis of that place other variables in that grid. Right, here there is no comparison even though there are numerical values, so I'm going to use movies names. Right, let's take a look at the questions as usual. Length of the movie, sum of the prices, so we need length, price, okay, fantastic. So very clearly, hardcore basic question of table grid. So I've taken the entire information here and we'll create the table here. How do we create the grid? I'm sure you would have done that, but still I'll assume that even if you have not done, you should do it like this. So place the variable that you're taking as a header. So I'm taking the name of the movie, let's say like this, okay. Then I'm taking the length in minutes. Then I'm taking the prices. Okay, is there any mention of the screen? Oh, there is no mention of screen. If you have read the entire question, you would see that there is no mention of screen. So we only have 3 variables, name, length, prices. Fantastic. Okay, so I'll just shorten that line. Okay, now first of all, put the name of the movies. Name of the movies, simply M1, M2, M3, M4, M5. All right, so M1, M2, M3, without any hesitation, whenever necessary, you make table, you make cases without any hesitation, because if it is a part of your habit, it will become a little easier to use that in the exam. In the exam, you never know what kind of question is going to be asked. So you have to make sure, and it will go to your memory only when you have done it with your hand, with your mind. Okay, so remember that. Right, so these are the values given. Let's start from the first condition. For no movie, the absolute value of the length and the price were the same. Okay, so this value and this value in any row cannot be the same. The length of M1 is a multiple of 45. Length of M1 is multiple of 45. These are the lengths. Multiple of 45 is either 90 or 180. So 90 or 180. Okay. Then the price of the ticket of the movies, the lengths of which are in arithmetic progression, are rupees 120, 160 and 180 in any order. Oh, so we don't know the smallest movie, highest price or any kind of relation. But one thing that we can identify, there are 2 APs in the length. Check that carefully. Or I don't know, 2 or 3, you will have to check. So in the length, we have to identify those 3 movies, the length of which are in arithmetic progression. Arithmetic progression means the difference has to be constant. The middle value has to be the simple average of the extreme values for 3 values. Okay. Prices of the ticket of movies of length, the length of which are in arithmetic progression. So here the lengths are 90, 120, 125, 150 and 180. So I see that there are 2 APs. One is 90, 120, 150. 90, 120, 150. And the other one is 120, 150, 180. Is there any other combination of 3 numbers which are in AP in length? No, I don't see very clearly. Yeah. And the prices for them is given as 120, 160, 180. So 120 rupees, 160 rupees, 180 rupees. Oh. Okay, so one thing is very clear that 120, 150 is going to be a part of this AP. 90 or 180 में से कोई एक will be the part of this AP. Which one's price is 120, which one's price is 160, which one's price is 180, that we don't know. One thing is that clear that 120 price will not be 120, right? Because the length and the price cannot be the same that was given in the first information. So 120 price would be either 160 or 180, right? I mean 120 minute length will have a price of either 160 or 180. That's all we can say from there. The price of the ticket M2 is 100. This is the best information. M2 is 100 rupees. So I'm putting 100 rupees here so that we keep in mind that these are the prices. This is the length. Okay. The price of the ticket of M4 is not a multiple of 20. M4, this price is not a multiple of 20. Now the prices are 120, 125, 160, 100, 180. Oh, this is very beautiful. The price of ticket M4 is not a multiple of 20. The prices are 120 multiple of 20, 125 not a multiple of 20. 160, 100, 180, these are all multiples of 20. So only 125. So M4 price is rupees 125. That's nice. Very good. So, yeah, so I think pretty clearly we have this situation. Length of the movie, the ticket of which is priced at 160 is not a multiple of 4. So 160 rupees is not a multiple of 4. Oh wow, see, look at that. 160 has to be the price of one of these 3 or one of these 3. So 160 rupees has to be the price of either 90 or 150. Okay, it could be any one of them still. Oh, so still not very clear which AP will be used because it is not a multiple of 4. Nice, fantastic. So 160 rupees will be either 90 minutes or 150 minutes. We are not yet sure. So we have made our small short information like this. Okay, so we have taken this into consideration. The length of M1 as well as M5 is a multiple of 60. So M1 and M5 is a multiple of 60. M1 could be only, see, this is the advantage of writing the information in advance. 90 or 180, multiple of 60 is not 90, it is 180. So it has to be 180 only. Nice. 180 minutes. Now M5 also has to be a multiple of 60. So 90, 120, 125, 150, 180. 180 is one multiple of 60. 120 is another. 180 is used. So M5 has to be 120 minutes. Right. Wow, that's great. Now you see, where would I put 160 rupees? Can I put 160 rupees here with 120 minutes? No, it has to be either 90 or 150 minutes. Can I put 160 rupees here? No, because it has to be either 90 or 150. It cannot be with 180. Here, this is already occupied, this is already occupied. So only option left for 160 rupees is this much. Right. But still we are not very clear that which one will come here, 90 or 150. We don't know. Let's see. But there is one thing that you can see. three prices are already used, 100, 160, 125. 100, 160, 125 is already used. So I'll mark this. 100 rupees is utilized. 160 rupees is utilized. 125 rupees is utilized. We are left with only 120 rupees and 180 rupees. Here we have 120 minutes, so this cannot be 120 rupees. So 120 rupees here. Wow. 180 rupees is here. Then only it is going to match. So 120 and 180 is with 180 and 120. You see, these three prices has to be either for these three items or for these three items. We have to use both 120 minutes and 180 minutes. Here we have only 120. Here we have both 120 and 180. That means this is not correct. This is the correct combination. So 180 rupees for 120, 180 rupees for 120, 120 rupees for 180. So 160 rupees has to be for 150 minutes. Right. Wow. So such a beautiful thing to do, stepwise formation like dominoes. One by one, you get one thing in place, everything comes out properly. Now we are left with 125 minutes and 90 minutes. Is there anything that we have not used yet? There was something related to a multiple of 4. Price of ticket M4 is not. Okay, so I think you just check it. At least one show of each of the given movies are run out. Okay, so let's go through once more and see if there is anything that is left over. For no movie, the absolute values of the length and price were, oh right, so 125 minutes cannot be with 125 rupees. So that's it. So this is 125. So in length, we have used 180. We have used 125, we have used 150, we have used 120, so only 90 minutes is left here. Right, so we have completed our table. There's no mention of any screen, so we don't need it. So question is done. Just take a look at the questions. And so resolution is done. We have resolved the data. This was an pretty easy question, okay? The length of the movie M5 is 120 minutes. 120 minutes. Find the sum of the prices of movie ticket M1, M4. M1, M4 prices. M1, M4 prices. 120 and 125. That is 245 rupees. Do we have that option? Yes, 245 rupees is the answer. Find the movie having length 125 minutes. Find movie having length 125 minutes. Length 125 minutes is M2. So this is M2. Option D is the correct answer. Find sum of length of M1 and price of M4. Oh, length of M1, price of M4. Length of M1, that is 180, and price of M4 is 125. So 180 plus 125, that is 305. Option B is the correct answer. Right? So if you have any problem, repeat the video first on your own, and if you still face trouble, you can get back to me. One of the very important aspect of CAT coaching at iQuanta is application classes, live conceptual classes. These are always there, definitely. And this is the general structure of the program that we do. Just take a look at it, take benefit of it. If you want to know more about all these things, all these courses, visit iQuanta website, call on the number, get in touch with us. We'll try to help you. Thank you.